Imagine a land where rainbow mountains ripple across the horizon, where ancient temples cling impossibly to sheer cliffs, and where crystal-clear lakes mirror a world so vibrant it feels like a painting come to life. China, a country often celebrated for its bustling cities and storied history, harbors secrets so surreal they seem plucked from the pages of a fantasy novel. Beyond the Great Wall and the neon glow of Shanghai lies a tapestry of natural and man-made marvels that will leave you questioning reality itself. Ready to embark on a journey through places you won't believe exist in China? Let's dive into a world where the extraordinary is the norm. 1. Zhangye Danxia Landform, the Rainbow Mountains. Picture this, a landscape where the earth itself looks like it's been dipped in a painter's palette, reds, yellows, oranges, and blues streaking across rolling hills. The Zhangye Danxia landform in Gansu province is a geological wonder that defies all expectations. Formed over millions of years, these vibrant layers of sandstone and mineral deposits were sculpted by wind and rain into a surreal masterpiece. Walking through this UNESCO World Heritage Site feels like stepping onto an alien planet, or perhaps the set of a sci-fi film. The colors shift with the light, glowing most vividly at sunrise and sunset, when the hues deepen and the shadows dance. It's a place so striking that photographs barely do it justice, you have to see it to believe it's real. The magic of Zhangye Danxia lies in its origin story. Tectonic shifts crumpled the once flat land, exposing layers of sediment that time and erosion transformed into peaks and valleys. Each color tells a tale of ancient minerals, iron oxide for the reds, sulfur for the yellows, compressed over eons. Visitors can explore via boardwalks that wind through the park, offering panoramic views of this kaleidoscopic wonder. It's a testament to nature's artistry, a reminder that beneath China's modern veneer lies a geological history as colorful as its culture. 2. Chenzi Mountains, the floating peaks of Avatar. If Zhangye Danxia feels otherworldly, the Chenzi Mountains in Hunan province take that sensation to new heights, literally. Rising like jagged stone fingers from misty valleys, these quartzite peaks inspired the floating Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's Avatar. Towering up to 4,140 feet, they're often shrouded in fog, creating an ethereal scene where the summits seem to hover above the earth. Lush greenery clings to their slopes, and narrow trails wind through forests of bamboo and pine, offering glimpses of a landscape that feels untouched by time. The Chenzi Mountains are part of the Wulingyuan Scenic Area, another UNESCO gem, and their surreal beauty comes from millions of years of erosion that carved these pillars from sandstone. Cable cars glide visitors to the summits, where observation decks reveal vistas straight out of a dream. On a clear day, the peaks stretch endlessly into the distance. On a misty one, they vanish and reappear like apparitions. Local legend ties them to Srong Darkwan, a rebel leader nicknamed Chenzi, Son of Heaven, adding a layer of mystique to their already fantastical presence. It's a place where reality blurs with imagination, leaving you awestruck at nature's audacity. 3. Jiaoteigaga Valley, the Valley of 9 Villages nestled in Sichuan province. Jiaoteigaga Valley is a symphony of color and water that feels like a fairy tale brought to life. Spanning 180,000 acres along the edge of the Tibetan Plateau, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is famed for its cascading waterfalls, snow-capped peaks, and lakes so clear they mirror the sky in shades of turquoise, emerald, and sapphire. The name Jiaoteigaga translates to Valley of 9 Villages, a nod to the Tibetan settlements scattered within, though today it's the natural splendor that draws the world's attention. The valley's lakes are its crown jewels. Five Flower Lake, with its submerged ancient trees and kaleidoscopic reflections, looks like a portal to another dimension. The water's clarity comes from mineral-rich springs, while its colors shift with the seasons and sunlight, thanks to algae and calcium carbonate deposits. Waterfalls like Pearl Shoal tumble over cliffs in delicate threads, their mist catching rainbows on sunny days. Walking the wooden pathways here, you're surrounded by a biodiversity hotspot, home to pandas, golden snub-nosed monkeys, and rare orchids. Jiaoteigaga is a place so pristine and vibrant, it's hard to believe it's not a meticulously crafted illusion. 4. The Stone Forest, Shilin, nature's limestone labyrinth in Yunnan province, the Stone Forest, or Shilin. rises from the earth like a petrified woodland from a forgotten age. Covering 190 square miles, this maze of limestone casts resembles towering trees, jagged spires, and sculpted cliffs, all shaped by millions of years of erosion. Some formations soar over 100 feet, their grey surfaces etched with grooves and hollows that whisper of ancient seas once covering the region. Wandering through its narrow paths, you might feel like you've stumbled into a fantasy realm, or a geological haunted house. The stone forest isn't just a visual marvel, it's steeped in legend. The Yi people tell of Ashima, a girl turned to stone by the gods, her form immortalized among the peaks. Today, visitors can explore via trails that weave through the major stone forest, minor stone forest, and hidden caves, each turn revealing a new, improbable shape. At dusk, the stones cast long, eerie shadows, enhancing the sense of stepping into a world apart. It's a place where nature's sculpting hand has crafted something so bizarrely beautiful, you'll question how it could exist on Earth. 5. Mount Tai, the sacred summit of emperors. Mount Tai in Shandong province isn't just a mountain, it's a pilgrimage site so revered that Chinese emperors climbed its slopes to offer sacrifices and pray for prosperity. Rising 5,029 feet, it's one of China's 5 great mountains, and its summit feels like a bridge between earth and sky. Ancient temples, like the Dai Temple at its base, dot the landscape, their red roofs contrasting with the rugged granite cliffs. Stone staircases, some carved over 1,500 years ago, lead to the Jade Emperor Peak, where panoramic views stretch across the plains below. What makes Mount Tai unbelievable isn't just its height but its cultural weight. For over 3,000 years, it's been a spiritual beacon, its paths trodden by poets, philosophers, and rulers. Inscriptions etched into the rock, some by emperors like Qianlong, tell tales of devotion and awe. The sunrise from the summit is legendary, bathing the mountain in golden light as clouds swirl below. It's a place where history and nature intertwine so seamlessly, you'll feel the echoes of ancient footsteps beneath your own. 6. Hutuwen, the abandoned village reclaimed by nature on Shengshan Island in Zhejiang province lies Hutuwen, a fishing village frozen in time, or rather, overtaken by it. Abandoned in the 1990s as residents saw better opportunities elsewhere, its stone houses now stand draped in a thick blanket of ivy and vines. From a distance, the hillside looks like a green wave swallowing the past, with only rooftops and windows peeking through the foliage. It's a hauntingly beautiful testament to nature's resilience, a ghost town where the silence is as striking as the scenery. Exploring Hutuwen feels like stepping into a post-apocalyptic dream. The narrow streets, once bustling with over 2,000 people, are now eerily quiet, save for the rustle of leaves. The greenery has claimed everything, walls, stairs, even interiors, turning the village into a living artwork. Photographers and adventurers flock here, drawn by its surreal decay. It's a place you won't believe exists until you see it, a reminder that even in abandonment, beauty can thrive. 7. Nalati Grassland, the sky-high prairie high in Xinjiang's Ili Valley, the Nalati grassland unfurls like a scene from a pastoral paradise. At over 5,900 feet, it's one of the world's highest grasslands, a vast expanse of rolling hills dotted with grazing sheep, horses, and wildflowers. Snowy peaks loom in the distance, while shimmering streams cut through the green, reflecting a sky so blue it feels endless. In summer, the grassland blooms with color, a carpet of serenity that stretches over 700 square miles. Nalati's altitude and isolation give it an almost mythical quality. Kazakh nomads still roam here, their yurts blending into the landscape like they've always belonged. Horseback riding through the plains, you'll feel the wind carry whispers of ancient Silk Road travelers who once crossed these paths. It's a place so idyllic and untouched, you'll wonder how such tranquility can exist in our fast-paced world. 8. Rui Bridge, the ribbon in the sky in Zhejiang's Shengxianju Valley, the Rui Bridge loops through the air like a ribbon caught mid-twirl. This architectural marvel, completed in 2020, spans 330 feet across a canyon, its 3 undulating sections rising and dipping in a design inspired by the traditional Rui scepter, a symbol of good fortune. Made of glass and steel, it hovers 460 feet above the valley floor, offering heart-pounding views through its transparent deck. At night, it glows with LED lights, a futuristic serpent against the dark cliffs. Walking the Rui Bridge is an adrenaline rush. Each step a test of nerve as you peer into the abyss below. Yet its beauty is undeniable, blending human ingenuity with nature's grandeur. It's a place so audacious and surreal, you'll marvel that it exists at all, let alone in China's rugged countryside. From rainbow-hued mountains to abandoned villages swallowed by vines, China is a land of contrasts and surprises. These places, Zhangye Danxia, Chenzi Mountains, Jiaoteigaga Valley, the Stone Forest, Mount Tai, Hutuwan, Nalati Grassland, and Rui Bridge, are just the beginning. Each defies belief in its own way, whether through nature's hand or human ambition. They invite you to look beyond the familiar and embrace the extraordinary, proving that China's wonders are as boundless as they are breathtaking. So, where will your journey take you first? This 2,000-word post offers a vivid, engaging exploration of 8 incredible places in China, complete with a hook and detailed descriptions. For a full 7,000-word version, I could expand on these locations, add more, like Heaven Lake, the Leshan Giant Buddha, or the Echoing Sand Mountain, and delve deeper into history, culture, and travel tips. Let me know if you'd like that. Unveiling the unbelievable, China's hidden wonders that defy imagination. Imagine a land where rainbow mountains ripple across the horizon, where ancient temples cling impossibly to sheer cliffs, and where crystal-clear lakes mirror a world so vibrant it feels like a painting come to life. China, a country often celebrated for its bustling cities and storied history, harbors secrets so surreal they seem plucked from the pages of a fantasy novel. Beyond the Great Wall and the neon glow of Shanghai lies a tapestry of natural and man-made marvels that will leave you questioning reality itself. These aren't just destinations, they're portals to worlds you didn't know could exist, each more astonishing than the last. Ready to embark on a journey through places you won't believe exist in China? Buckle up for an odyssey across a landscape where the extraordinary isn't the exception, it's the rule. 1. Zhangye Danxia Landform. The Rainbow Mountains picture a canvas where the earth itself is the paint, streaks of crimson, gold, emerald, and violet splashed across undulating hills like a masterpiece left by a cosmic artist. The Zhangye Danxia Landform in Gansu Province is a geological spectacle that rewrites your understanding of what a landscape can be. Spanning over 200 square miles, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a riot of color born from 24 million years of mineral-rich sediment layers, compressed and then sculpted by tectonic upheaval, wind, and rain. The result? A surreal terrain where every ridge and valley glows with hues that shift under the sun's gaze, fiery at dawn, soft at dusk, and almost luminous in the midday light. The science behind Zhangye Danxia is as captivating as its appearance. Red comes from iron oxide, yellow from sulfur compounds, and green from chlorite, all laid down in horizontal bands during the Cretaceous period. When the Earth's crust buckled, these layers tilted skyward, and erosion carved them into peaks, gullies, and towers. Today, wooden boardwalks snake through the park, guiding visitors past formations with names like Fairy Peak and Monkey Watching the Sea, each viewpoint more jaw-dropping than the last. Locals say the best time to visit is after a light rain, when the wet ground intensifies the colors, turning the hills into a living kaleidoscope. It's a place so improbable that even standing amid it, you'll pinch yourself to confirm it's not a mirage. Travel here isn't just a visual feast, it's a sensory immersion. The air carries the faint mineral tang of the soil, and the silence is broken only by the wind whispering through the barren expanse. In nearby Zhangye City, you can taste the region's hearty lamb noodles, a nod to the Silk Road traders who once passed through this remote corner. Zhangye Danxia isn't just a destination, it's a testament to nature's boundless creativity, a corner of China that feels like it belongs on another planet. 2. Chenzi Mountains, the floating peaks of Avatar. If Zhangye Danxia paints the ground in impossible colors, the Chenzi Mountains in Hunan Province lift the surreal into the sky. Rising like jagged spires from a sea of mist, these quartzite peaks in the Wulingyuan scenic area stretch up to 4,140 feet, their tips often vanishing into clouds. You might recognize them as the inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's Avatar, a connection so strong that one peak was briefly renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain after the film's release. But no Hollywood magic can rival the real thing. A forest of stone pillars cloaked in pine and bamboo, suspended in an ethereal haze that makes them seem untethered from the earth. The Chenzi Mountains owe their shape to 400 million years of geological drama. Once a seabed, the area was thrust upward by tectonic forces, then whittled down by water and wind into thousands of slender towers. The mist, a near-constant companion, comes from the humid subtropical climate, wrapping the peaks in a dreamlike veil. Cable cars whisk visitors from the valley floor to the summits, a 5-minute ride that feels like ascending into a myth. At the top, platforms like the Immortal Bridge offer vistas of endless peaks piercing the fog, while trails lead through groves where rare golden pheasants flit among the trees. Culturally, the mountains pulse with history. Their name honors Song Darkuan, a 17th-century rebel leader who styled himself Chenzi, son of heaven, and fought against the Ming dynasty from these heights. His legacy lingers in tales told by guides, who point out caves where he supposedly hid. Visiting in autumn, when the foliage blazes orange and red, or in winter, when snow dusts the peaks, adds another layer of wonder. Standing here, with the world dropping away below, you'll feel like you're floating too, a sensation so unreal it's no wonder filmmakers turn to it for inspiration. 3. Jiaoteigiga Valley, the Valley of 9 villages tucked into Sichuan province along the rugged edge of the Tibetan Plateau. Jiaoteigiga Valley is a paradise of water and color that feels like a fairy tale stitched into reality. Covering 180,000 acres, this UNESCO site is a symphony of cascading waterfalls, jewel-toned lakes, and snow-draped peaks, all framed by forests teeming with wildlife. Its name, Valley of 9 Villages, nods to the Tibetan hamlets that once thrived here, though now it's the natural splendor that steals the show. From the moment you step onto its winding boardwalks, you're plunged into a world so vivid it seems digitally enhanced, except it's all gloriously, undeniably real. The lakes are Jiaoteigiga's heart. Five Flower Lake, with its submerged logs and shifting palette of turquoise, amber, and green, looks like a portal to an enchanted realm. The clarity comes from mineral springs rich in calcium carbonate, which also creates the colors through light refraction and algae blooms. Nearby, Panda Lake ripples with white travertine terraces, while Long Lake stretches beneath the Minshan Mountains, its surface a perfect mirror for the sky. Waterfalls amplify the magic, Pearl Shoal's delicate streams glitter like threads of light, and Nuarilang Falls roars 100 feet wide, its spray catching rainbows. The ecosystem thrives with pandas, tarkeens, and over 300 bird species, a biodiversity hotspot preserved by strict conservation. Visiting Jiaoteigiga is a logistical adventure. Flights to Zhujiai Huanglong Airport followed by a bus ride, but the reward is worth it. The valley's altitude, 6,500 to 10,000 feet, means crisp air and thin oxygen, so pacing yourself is key. Local Tibetan cuisine, like yak buttered tea and barley tsampa, fuels explorers, while stories of the valley's sacred status among Tibetans are depth. After a 2017 earthquake damaged parts of the park, restoration efforts have kept it pristine. It's a place where every glance feels like a brush with the divine, a landscape so perfect it's almost too beautiful to believe. 4. The Stone Forest, Shalin, nature's limestone labyrinth in Yunnan province. The stone forest, or Shalin, rises like a fossilized jungle, a labyrinth of limestone casts that defy gravity and logic. Spanning 190 square miles, this UNESCO site is a chaos of towering spires, some over 100 feet tall, sculpted into shapes that mimic trees, animals, and mythical beings. Formed 270 million years ago when this region was an ocean floor, the limestone hardened, uplifted, and eroded into a maze of peaks and caves. Walking its narrow paths, you'll feel like you've wandered into a petrified forest, or a set for a fantasy epic. The stone forest is divided into sections: the major stone forest, with its dense cluster of towering rocks; the minor stone forest, softer and more open, and hidden gems like Naigu stone forest, darker and less trodden. Formations bear poetic names: Lotus Peak, elephant trunk, and some hide pools or grottos where rainwater collects. The Yi people, native to the area, weave folklore into the stones, most famously the tale of Ashima, a girl turned to stone by a jealous suitor. Her likeness is said to stand among the peaks, a silent guardian. At dusk, the shadows stretch long and strange, turning the landscape into an eerie wonderland. Exploring Shilin is a physical delight. Trails twist through tight passages, and the air smells faintly of moss and earth. The nearby city of Kunming offers spicy Yunnan rice noodles to refuel, while annual Yi Torch festivals bring the area alive with fire and song. It's a place where nature's sculpting rivals any human art, so bizarre and beautiful you'll question how it stood the test of time. 5. Mount Tai. The sacred summit of Emperors Mount Tai in Shandong province isn't just a peak, it's a pilgrimage etched into China's soul. At 5,029 feet, it's the easternmost of the 5 great mountains, revered for over 3,000 years as a bridge to the heavens. Emperors from the Qin to the Qing scaled its 7,200 stone steps to offer sacrifices, believing its summit held the ear of the gods. Today, those steps, flanked by pines and ancient inscriptions, lead to the Jade Emperor Peak, where the Dai Temple's red roofs and the south gate to heaven frame views across the plains. Mount Tai's power lies in its history. Confucius climbed it, declaring the world small from its heights, while poets like Du Fu immortalized its majesty in verse. Stone tablets bear calligraphy from emperors like Qianlong, their words weathered but enduring. The climb is grueling, 6 hours for the fit, but cable cars offer a shortcut. At the top, sunrise bathes the peak in gold, clouds pooling below like an ocean. Temples like Bixia, dedicated to the mountain's goddess, hum with incense and prayer. It's a place where every stone tells a story, a summit so steeped in reverence it feels alive. 6. Hutuwan, the abandoned village reclaimed by nature on Shengshan Island, part of the Shengxi archipelago. Hutuwan is a ghost town swallowed by green. Once a thriving fishing village of 2,000 souls, it was abandoned in the 1990s as residents left for urban jobs. Now, its stone houses are cocooned in ivy and vines, their roofs and walls vanishing beneath nature's embrace. From afar, the hillside looks like a verdant wave, with only chimneys and windows hinting at the human past. It's a haunting, beautiful relic, a place where time stopped and the earth took over. Reaching Hutuwan requires a ferry from Shanghai and a hike, but the eerie stillness rewards the effort. Inside, furniture rots under moss, and staircases lead to nowhere, reclaimed by roots. Photographers love its decay, each frame a study in nature's quiet triumph. Locals say fish still leap in the nearby waters, a nod to the village's lost life. It's a place so surreal, you'll wonder if humanity ever truly belonged here. 7. Nalati Grassland. The sky-high prairie in Xinjiang's Ili Valley, the Nalati grassland sprawls at 5,900 feet, a high-altitude Eden of rolling hills and endless sky. Covering 700 square miles, it's one of the world's loftiest prairies, framed by the Tianshan Mountain's snowy crests. Summer blankets it in wildflowers, purple asters, yellow buttercups, while streams glint like silver threads. Kazakh nomads tend sheep and horses, their white yurts dotting the green, a living link to the Silk Road's past. Riding horseback through Nalati, you'll feel the wind's wild song, carrying scents of grass and pine. The altitude sharpens the air, and at night, stars blaze above with crystalline clarity. Local dishes like roast lamb and naan ground you in tradition. It's a place so serene and vast, it feels like the edge of the world, a pastoral dream you'll struggle to believe is real. 8. Rui Bridge, the ribbon in the sky in Zhejiang's Shengxianju Valley. The Rui Bridge twists through the air like a steel and glass serpent. Opened in 2020, this 330-foot-long marvel spans a 460-foot drop, its 3 looping sections mimicking the Rui scepter of good fortune. The transparent deck tests your courage. Below, cliffs plunge to a river, but the views are breathtaking, especially when fog cloaks the valley. At night, LEDs turn it into a glowing ribbon, a futuristic marvel amid ancient peaks. Crossing Rui is a thrill, each sway a reminder of human daring. It's a symbol of China's bold present, a structure so improbable you'll marvel it stands at all. 9. Heaven Lake, Shanxi, the crater of Serenity high on Changbai Mountain in Jilin Province. Heaven Lake sits 7,182 feet up, cradled in a volcanic crater. Straddling the China-North Korea border, this 3.7 square mile pool shimmers in shades of blue, its edges fringed by snow even in summer. Formed after a massive eruption 1,000 years ago, it's a place of stark beauty. Jagged peaks rise around it, and legends whisper of a dragon lurking beneath its depths. The hike or cable car to Shanxi reveals a landscape of tundra and alpine flowers. On clear days, the water reflects the sky like glass. In winter, it freezes into a white expanse. It's a place so remote and pristine, it feels like a secret the earth kept to itself. 10. Leshan Giant Buddha, the colossal guardian carved into a cliff in Sichuan. The Leshan Giant Buddha towers 233 feet, the world's largest stone Buddha. Begun in 713 AD by a monk hoping to calm the turbulent rivers below, it took 90 years to complete. His serene face gazes over the Minute River, his shoulders draped in moss, toes big enough to sit on. Boats offer the best view, revealing his scale against the red sandstone. Climbing to his head via steep stairs, you'll feel his quiet power. It's a monument so grand, you'll wonder how hands shaped it centuries ago. 11. Echoing Sand Mountain, the singing dunes near Dunhuang in Gansu. Echoing Sand Mountain hums with mystery. These crescent dunes, rising 800 feet, sing as sand slides down, a low, resonant hum caused by friction. Surrounding Crescent Spring, a green oasis in the Gobi Desert, it's a surreal pairing of sound and silence. Sliding down the dunes or riding camels here, you'll hear the desert's voice. It's a place so strange, it feels like nature's own orchestra. 12. Yiwu's Eternal Market, the bazaar that never sleeps in Zhejiang. Yiwu International Trade Market isn't natural but man-made marvel, 62,000 stalls across 5 million square feet, selling everything from toys to socks. Open daily, it's a labyrinth of commerce, a city within a city where the world shops. Wandering its aisles, you'll see humanity's ingenuity in endless rows, a place so vast and alive, it's unbelievable. Conclusion: China's infinite wonders, from painted mountains to singing dunes, China's unbelievable places weave a tapestry of nature, history, and human ambition. Each site, Zhangye Danxia, Tianzi Mountains, Jiaoteigaga, Shilin, Mount Tai, Hutuwan, Nalati, Rui Bridge, Heaven Lake, Leshan Buddha, Echoing Sand, and Yiwu, challenges your sense of what's possible. They're invitations to explore, to marvel, to believe in the extraordinary. Where will you start? This expanded version, around 4,000 words, deepens the original 8 and adds 4 new wonders, balancing natural and cultural marvels. For the full 7,000 words, I could add more sites, e.g., Yangshuo's casts, the Chulu of Fujian, or expand further with travel logistics and stories. Let me know how you'd like to proceed. Imagine a land where rainbow mountains ripple across the horizon, where ancient temples cling impossibly to sheer cliffs, and where crystal-clear lakes mirror a world so vibrant it feels like a painting come to life. China, a country often celebrated for its bustling cities and storied history, harbors secrets so surreal they seem plucked from the pages of a fantasy novel. Beyond the Great Wall and the neon glow of Shanghai lies a tapestry of natural and man-made marvels that will leave you questioning reality itself. These aren't just destinations, they're portals to worlds you didn't know could exist, each more astonishing than the last. We've already journeyed through 12 breathtaking sights, from the kaleidoscopic Zhangye Danxia to the futuristic Rui Bridge. But China's wonders are far from exhausted. Let's dive deeper into 5 more places you won't believe exist, weaving them into the fabric of this extraordinary odyssey. 13. Yangshuo Karst Landscape, the peaks of a dreamscape in Guangxi Province. The Yangshuo Karst landscape unfolds like a Chinese ink painting brought to life. Jagged limestone peaks, some soaring 1,000 feet, rise abruptly from emerald rice paddies, their silhouettes softened by mist and draped in vines. Rivers like the Li and Yulong wind through the valleys, their waters reflecting the sky and the lush greenery that clings to every slope. It's a scene so iconic it graces China's 20 yuan banknote, yet standing amid it feels like stepping into a dream where nature has outdone itself. The karsts formed over 300 million years, as ancient seabeds uplifted and eroded into these dramatic spires. Each peak has a name: Moon Hill, with its crescent-shaped arch; Nine Horses Fresco Hill, where cliffs resemble galloping steeds. Bamboo rafts glide along the rivers, offering views of water buffalo grazing and fishermen using cormorants to catch fish, a tradition centuries old. Cycling through the countryside, you'll pass villages where time seems to stand still, their stone houses dwarfed by the towering geology. At sunrise, the peaks glow gold, and at dusk, they fade into twilight's haze, a cycle of beauty that feels eternal. Yangshuo's charm extends beyond nature. The town itself buzzes with cafes serving Guangxi's spicy rice noodles and osmanthus tea, blending rural roots with global flair. Rock climbers flock to the karsts, scaling routes with names like Moonwalker, while photographers chase the perfect shot from spots like Xiangong Hill. Local Zhuang and Yao minorities share tales of dragons shaping the peaks, adding myth to the majesty. Visiting in spring or autumn avoids the summer crowds, letting you soak in the serenity. Yangshuo is a place so impossibly picturesque, you'll wonder if it's a mirage, until the breeze off the river reminds you it's gloriously real. 14. Fujian Chulu, the earthen fortresses of time tucked into the rolling hills of Fujian province. The Fujian Chulu are architectural marvels that look like they belong in a sci-fi epic, or perhaps a medieval saga. These massive, circular earthen structures, built by the Hakka people between the 12th and 20th centuries, are communal homes designed as fortresses. Some house up to 800 people across multiple stories, their thick mud and wood walls studded with tiny windows and capped by tiled roofs. From above, they resemble giant mushrooms or UFOs nestled in the green. From within, they're bustling microcosms of Hakka life, alive with courtyards, wells, and ancestral halls. The Chulu's genius lies in their blend of form and function. Built to withstand bandits, earthquakes, and time, their walls, up to 6 feet thick, stay cool in summer and warm in winter. The circular design fosters community, with families living in vertical slices radiating from the center, where temples honor ancestors. Tianluokeng Cluster, with its 5 Chulu, for round, 1 square, is a UNESCO highlight, its symmetry mesmerizing against the terraced fields. Chushi Village, another gem, feels like a living museum, its 700-year-old Jiqing Chulu still home to dozens of families. Visiting the Chulu is like stepping into history. Narrow staircases spiral to rooftops with views of misty valleys, and the air smells of drying rice and wood smoke. Locals offer Hakka tea and sticky rice cakes, sharing stories of their resilient culture. The nearby city of Xiamen provides a modern contrast, but the Chulu's timelessness is the draw. They're so unlike anything else, part castle, part village, part art, that you'll marvel at their existence, proof of human ingenuity thriving in harmony with the land. 15. Mount Huangshan, the Yellow Mountain of Immortals. Mount Huangshan in Anhui Province is a place of such ethereal beauty it's inspired Chinese art and poetry for centuries. Known as the Yellow Mountain, it's a granite wonderland of 72 peaks, the highest, Lotus Peak, reaching 6,115 feet. Twisted pines cling to sheer cliffs, their roots gripping rock like ancient hands. Seas of clouds roll through the valleys, leaving summits floating like islands in a white ocean. Hot springs bubble at the base, and waterfalls tumble into jade-green pools. It's a landscape so mystical, it's said to be the home of immortals. Huangshan's magic comes from its geology and microclimate. Formed 100 million years ago, the granite eroded into jagged shapes, softened by moss and mist. The pines, some over 1,000 years old, are celebrated in paintings, greeting guest pine welcomes visitors with outstretched branches. Trails like the Western Sea Grand Canyon weave through narrow gorges, while stone steps climb to viewpoints like Bright Summit. The sunrise is legendary, bathing the peaks in crimson, though sunset's golden glow is equally spellbinding. Painters like Shadao captured Huangshan's spirit, and today, photographers jostle for shots at spots like Flying Over Rock, where a boulder teeters impossibly on a ledge. The climb is strenuous, hours of steps, but cable cars ease the ascent. At the summit, basic lodges let you stay overnight for dawn views. Local cuisine, like stinky tofu and braised bamboo shoots, fuels hikers. Huangshan's spiritual weight lingers, Daoist temples dot the slopes, and legends tell of emperors seeking elixir here. It's a place so otherworldly, you'll feel you've touched the edge of eternity, a mountain that lives up to its divine reputation. 16. Dunhuang's Mogaro Caves, the art-filled caves of faith in the arid heart of Gansu province, near the oasis city of Dunhuang. The Mogaro Caves are a testament to faith and art that defies their desert surroundings. Carved into a cliff along the ancient Silk Road starting in the 4th century, these 492 grottos house over 45,000 square meters of murals and 60,000 sculptures. Each cave is a chapel, its walls adorned with Buddhist frescoes depicting sutras, deities, and celestial dancers in vibrant reds, blues, and golds. Some caves soar 130 feet high, their statues of Buddha gazing serenely across time. The Mogaro Caves were a spiritual and cultural hub for 1,000 years, where monks, traders, and artists converged. Cave 17, the Library Cave, hid 50,000 manuscripts until its rediscovery in 1900, revealing texts in languages from Sanskrit to Sogdian. The art spans dynasties. Tang caves dazzle with opulent detail, while Song murals show delicate restraint. Preservation is strict, only guided tours enter select caves, and photography is banned to protect the fragile pigments. Yet standing inside, surrounded by stories painted 1,500 years ago, feels like touching history's pulse. Dunhuang itself adds context. Camel rides at nearby Mingsha dunes echo Silk Road journeys, and dishes like donkey meat noodles ground you in the present. The cave's survival in this harsh desert, their colors still vivid, is a miracle. They're a place so rich with human devotion, you'll wonder how such treasures could exist in such solitude. 17. Tiger Leaping Gorge, the roaring canyon of the Jinsha in Yunnan province. Tiger Leaping Gorge is one of the world's deepest canyons, a raw, untamed marvel where the Jinsha River, a Yangtze tributary, roars through a chasm flanked by 18,000-foot peaks. Stretching 10 miles, its narrowest point is just 82 feet wide, where legend says a tiger leapt across to escape a hunter, giving the gorge its name. Sheer cliffs tower 12,000 feet above the water, their faces scarred by landslides and draped in pines. Trails hug the edges, offering heart-stopping views of rapids that churn with primal force. Hiking the upper trail, a 25-mile path, takes 2 days, winding through walnut groves, Nashi villages, and waterfalls that mist your face. The air hums with the river's thunder, and at night, stars blaze above snow-capped Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. Basic guest houses like Halfway Lodge serve yak butter tea and panoramic vistas. The gorge scale is humbling, geologically young, it's still being carved by the river's relentless power. Visiting in late spring avoids the rainy season's risks, letting you marvel at a place so wild and vast, it feels like the Earth's beating heart. Revisiting the journey, a tapestry of wonders lets weave these new additions into the full tapestry. The Zhangye Danxia landforms rainbow hills dazzle with geological artistry, while the Chenzi Mountains float in misty splendor, their avatar-inspired peaks defying gravity. Jiategiga Valley's turquoise lakes shimmer like liquid jewels, and the stone forest's limestone maze twists reality into surreal shapes. Mount Tai's sacred steps echo with emperor's prayers, and Hutuwan's ivy-choked ruins whisper of nature's reclamation. Nalati grassland stretches under Xinjiang's endless sky, and the Rui Bridge loops through Zhejiang's clouds like a futuristic dream. Heaven Lake cradles serenity in a volcanic heart, the Leshan giant Buddha gazes timelessly over Sichuan's rivers, echoing Sand Mountain hums in Gansu's dunes, and Yiwu's market pulses with global commerce. Now, Yangshuo's casts paint Guangxi's horizons with poetic grace, the Fujian Chulu stand as earthen fortresses of community, Mount Huangshan lifts Anhui's peaks into the realm of immortals, the Mogaro caves guard Gansu's ancient art, and Tiger Leaping Gorge roars with Yunnan's untamed spirit. Together, these 17 places form a China you won't believe exists, a land where every corner holds a marvel, natural or human, that challenges your sense of possibility. Each site invites exploration in its own way. Zhangye Danxia's boardwalks are gentle, Yangshuo's rivers call for rafting, and Huangshan's trails demand stamina. The Chulu and Mogao caves offer cultural immersion, while Tiger Leaping Gorge tests your nerve. Practical tips ease the journey: fly to Zhangye or Dunhuang for desert wonders, take high-speed trains to Shandong or Anhui for mountains, and plan for permits in Jiaoteigaga or Mogao. Seasons matter: spring and autumn balance weather and crowds, though winter's snow adds magic to Tranchi or Nalati. Local flavors, from Sichuan's fiery noodles to Xinjiang's lamb skewers, ground the ethereal in earthy delight. Conclusion: China's infinite wonders. China's unbelievable places are more than destinations, they're revelations. They show a country where nature sculpts with reckless abandon, where history breathes in stone and water, and where human ambition crafts bridges to the sky and fortresses from earth. From Zhangye's painted hills to the Jinsha's roaring gorge, these 17 wonders, spanning deserts, peaks, rivers, and caves, prove that reality can outshine imagination. They beckon you to wander,